Hello students, welcome to the channel. This is the next chapter, chapter number 6, the Council of Ministers. So India's parliamentary system is modeled on the British pattern. The principle of parliamentary system is detailed in the constitution in two articles, that is article number 74 and article number 75. Article number 74 deals with the status of Council of Ministers. And Article number 75 deals with the appointment, tenure, responsibility, qualification, oath, and salaries to the ministers. Next point. Article 74 Council of Ministers to aid and advise President. The Council of Ministers plus the Prime Ministers aid and advises the President, which is to which the President shall act according to the advice. And the advice tendered by the ministers can't be inquired in any court. Next subheading, Article 75, Other provisions as the ministers. Number 1. The Prime Minister shall be appointed by the President, plus other ministers shall be appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. Number 2. The total number of ministers plus the Prime Minister in the Council of Ministers shall not exceed 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. This is done by 91st Amendment Act 2003. Next point is the oath. The President shall administer the oaths of the office of secrecy to a minister. Next, number 4. The salaries plus allowances of the ministers shall be determined by the Parliament. Next subheading, Article 88. Rights of ministers as respect to the houses. Every minister shall have the right to speak and take part in the proceedings of either house of the Parliament, plus the joint sittings, plus any committee of the Parliament of which he may be named as the member, but he shall not be entitled to vote. Next, minister of one house has the right to speak at any house, but has the right to vote only in the respective house. Next subheading, responsibility of ministers. When Lok Sabha passes a no confidence motion against the Council of Ministers, all the ministers have to resign, including those ministers who are from the Rajya Sabha. The collective responsibility principle means that the cabinet's decision bind all the cabinet members plus other ministers even if they differed in the cabinet meeting. Otherwise, he or she may resign. Next subheading, composition of the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister, supreme governing authority of the country. Then the Council of Ministers, which include cabinet ministers, minister of state, and deputy ministers. The cabinet ministers are the head of important ministries such as home ministries, defense ministry, etc. They play an important role in deciding the policies, and they are the chief policy formulating body. The next is Minister of State. The charge of independent ministries or can be attached to a cabinet minister. They work under the guidance of the cabinet. Next is the deputy ministers. They are not given the independent charges. They are attached to a cabinet or a minister of state. They do not attend cabinet meetings. Next subheading, Council of Ministers versus the Cabinet. Council of Ministers is a wider body which include approximately 60 to 70 members, whereas the Cabinet is a 15 to 20 ministers body. Council of Ministers, as we saw, includes Cabinet, Minister of State, and Deputy Ministers. And the Cabinet has only the selected Cabinet members. The Council of Ministers, there is no collective functions to them, whereas Cabinet has a collective and pre-decided function. The Council of Ministers functions determined by the cabinet, whereas cabinets directs the council of ministers. The uh, council of ministers implement all the decisions, whereas the cabinet minister supervises the implementations. The council of ministers comes under article 74 and 75 of the constitution, whereas the cabinet ministers comes under article 352. Next subheading, the kitchen cabinet. A small body consisting of prime minister as its head plus 15 to 20 most important ministers is the higher decision making body, which is called the inner or the kitchen cabinet. It consists of prime ministers and two influential colleagues. The inner cabinet is an extra constitutional body. So the kitchen cabinets have certain merits and demerits, which are merits are it is efficient decision making, it maintains secrecy, maintaining the secrecy in decision making, and demerits are it reduces the authority and state of cabinet as the highest decision making body. So this was all about this lesson, and we'll see you in the next audiobook. Till then, thank you.